Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. It is quite possibly my favorite roller coaster I have ever ridden. So to give you a little backstory, me and my brother went up to Mason to visit my cousin, and I thought, well, we might as well go to Kings Island. So, of course, we did. And this was an experience like no other. I had so much fun, and honestly, I prefer this way over my home park. This whole park is so much better than Six Flags Over Georgia. But back to Orion. So first of all, this ride has one of the best ever color schemes I have seen. It is amazing. That blue pops and that gray just, it's just so good. But this review will be a little different than most of my other reviews. Instead of looking at statistics, I will be breaking down the layout and talking about what you can expect from this ride. I will also tell you what row I think you should sit in and if there is a magic seat on the ride. So once you are pulled out of that station, you immediately are pulled up this extremely fast lift hill. I mean, you are up at the top in no time. And honestly, it kind of took my breath away because of how quiet it is. You can barely hear it, and you are just rising at the speed of I don't know, it's just fast. Anyways, once you are lifted over that top, you will drop at 93 miles an hour towards this 300-foot drop. Even though it is 287 feet tall, there is a ravine that this ride drops into, making all the difference. Cedar Fair categorizes a giga coaster as one that has a height or drop over 300 feet, making Orion a actual giga. You are then lifted into an amazing wave turn that provides a strong pop of floater airtime in the front row. Honestly, this is one of the best elements on the ride, and it is extremely underrated. Next comes the reverse treble clef. Now this element is the exact same as Fury 325's treble clef, but it is just reversed. So it is a quite different experience, and you probably do not get as much airtime as you do on Fury's. You don't really get any airtime on this, and I'm not really surprised to hear that. You were then sent into an amazing speed hill. This is my second favorite element on the ride, and you are absolutely lifted out of your seat. It is one of the strongest moments of ejector airtime I have ever experienced. Honestly, this is RMC level airtime. It's just not as sustained and probably a little weaker. Next comes the most pointless element of the ride. This pretty big camelback. Now this provided zero airtime when I rode this, so honestly, I didn't really enjoy it. I would say it's probably the least good element on the ride, but that's just my opinion. Some people die over it. Next comes this awkward helix that kind of does this circular motion, and it's really weird, but honestly, I find it pretty interesting, and it provides some positive G's, and I even found myself graying out a few times, especially in the back row. Then comes most people's favorite element of the ride. This oddly banked airtime hill that kind of shifts you into the position for the brake run. And this provides a ton of airtime. In the back row, I felt myself get launched. It's just as good as the drop, and honestly, it is absolutely amazing. But then you are lifted up into the brake run, and it is all over. I can't really say much about that last element, but it's pretty weak. You don't get a lot of airtime getting up into the brake run unless you're in the front row. So, what do I have to say about this coaster? I'd say this is definitely a front row ride. You can really feel that drop, and it feels like you were almost vertical, which you are. It's 85 degrees, so you really feel that in the front row. Also, in the back row, you do get a lot of airtime, but it's not as insane as it is just sitting in the front row with your hands up. I got hit in the face with a bug in the front row, and it kind of stung. So that also kind of adds, because that was kind of funny. Also, it's just pretty fun. And I'd give this ride a 10 out of 10. This is my absolute favorite coaster. And I can't say much more about this ride. This is honestly the best experience I've ever had on a coaster. It is an insane roller coaster. There is no other coaster like it. Well, besides the other gigas. But this is my first ever giga, my tallest coaster I've ridden, and my favorite. Thank you for watching this video, and if you haven't already, like I said, I spend a lot of time making these videos, and I would really appreciate another subscriber. It would be really awesome to me, and I think you could feel that you did someone a favor today. So thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and keep riding coasters.